All right, we're here. Okay, we're live. We're live. We're live. Welcome, everyone. It is your boy, Doc Williams, and today we have a special announcement. We're going to be talking about the brand new competition that we're going to be having. It's called Doc versus the World, where you're going to be able to build your business with a no code voice platform, and the winner is getting over $30,000 in credits. That's right. The guys at True Reply partnered with us here at Build With Me. And let me tell you a little bit about the competition. I'm so excited about this. If you remember, True Reply was on the show about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and we were talking about how you can create voice experiences. This is a platform where you can scale and be able to do so many different applications. And there's going to be a link down below if you want more information. For this competition, you're able to create a voice experience, and the winner is getting the agency reseller package. If you look at how much the reseller package, it's $1,500 a month. You're getting it for 2 years free to build your business. That's what you're getting with this brand new competition. So it's Doc versus the World, and this is our voice no code hackathon, buildathon. We've got you covered right here. So we're going to be giving you all the details again today. We're going to be talking about all things no code and what we're going to be doing. And remember, in the chat, if you have questions, if you want to apply, if you want to be part of this competition, make sure that you hit me up in the comment section down below so you can be registering. So how are we going to be doing this? How can you enter all those things? We're going to have another video coming out in a little bit that's going to be the summary, but let me tell you what it's about. This event is about you going from idea to execution very quickly. And we're having you do this and prove it by doing this competition in 72 hours. So True Reply is going to be taking the top 5 contestants, top 3 or top 5 contestants that show the most promise, and they're going to pay for their entry. Now the entry fee is going to be about $100, but they'll pay for you. They've already got 5 people that they're going to be able to enter the competition. Now, to enter, and if you think you have a great idea, you have been thinking about voice and you just haven't had the experience, you haven't had the time, you haven't had the money, this is the time to write in, let us know on social media what you're trying to do. Well, let us know what you're trying to do. And from there, we're going to pick the top 5, and the team from True Reply is going to do that, and then you're going to be starting to build. Now, again, it's a 72-hour competition. So what we're looking to do, what the purpose of this platform to do, is for you to build a business or build out your idea using no code voice. And this is the perfect platform to do it. So if you have never used this type of platform before, or you don't know what it's about, we're going to tell you a little bit. So you can be using different platforms like Amazon Alexa, Google Assist, to build out a voice experience. That's what you're going to be able to do with this platform. But not only that, when you're using this features, you're able to design the experience that you're going to be doing, and the rest True Reply is going to be taken care of. So if you're worried about, well, I don't know how I do this, trust me, this platform is making it super simple for you to create the experience, and then it will do the rest for you. Now, there's a couple things that you're going to need to know for your accounts that you're going to have to sign up for to link and all of those things. But again, it's going to go step by step. And if you had questions on this, remember, we already did this about 2 weeks ago on the program. You can watch that video. And on Friday, I'm going to do the kickoff call as well, talking about it. Now, one of the things that some people were wondering about how to use APIs with this, and you heard a lot in the program. We're going to be talking about that later today as well. But keep in mind, this is your opportunity to start really thinking about what kind of brand you're going to be building. And now you have the platform to do it. You have everything going. So if you're either in On Deck right now, you're in 100 days of no code, you're trying to think about these things, this is a great starting point. Like, hands down, it's a great starting point. So let me know in the chat what projects you're working on right now, what you're trying to accomplish, and then I'll actually talk about a few different things as well that you can be using this platform for. So let me know in the chat. Now, like I said before, some people are saying in the comments, I was talking about APIs. How could you use APIs with this as well? Let me bring this up for a second. Let me put this here. Switching out, guys. I'm talking about APIs just for a moment because in the chat, I see some questions about, we were talking about APIs the other day when Steven was on. How could I do this with no code voice? Let's talk about this for a second. Pulling this up. True reply. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So a couple things right here. Couple things. Let's take a look. Oh man, I've got way too many things on this screen. Way too many things on this screen. Okay, cool. All right. All right. Let's go here first, and then we'll go out from there. Okay, cool. So again, the last time we were here, we were talking about APIs and how this can work with True Reply and all of those things. Hey, Matt. Good to see you, man. Yeah. So Rick says, use the API from a collection of data to use in a voice app. Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, if you're looking at this, and we were talking about this, if anyone went to AI, hold on one second, let me bring it up. We were talking about Cynthia the other day and what we were able to do with AI. So if you go to aivideos.io, you're going to see what Stephen and I were working on. And Stephen was talking about, we were talking about how to use this. You could use something like Cynthia, the same way that we use aivideos.io. You could do that in True Reply. So if you missed it, what we're talking about in the chat is Cynthia.io, where you can create your own AI videos. Well, you could hook this up to True Reply because you can pull in APIs. You could have people write testimonials, or not write testimonials, or speak what their testimonial would be. You could hook this up, and then Cynthia could make a testimonial video based off of voice. Now, if you're looking at that reference that I just mentioned right here, AI videos, this is where it was saying video title, and it will actually make a video based off of the word choice that you have right here. So that was awesome. But if I'm trying to do something with Cynthia, I could be adding it to True Reply as well. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Remember, True Reply, you can do a lot of different applications, but it does have an integration for APIs. Now, we'd have to ask the team how they do that with the database and everything, or how they can hook it up. But yeah, you can use it. They've already got an endpoint for Cynthia and everything, but you could create that pretty easily. Yeah, definitely. Cynthia? Cynthia. Stephen, what am I saying? Cynthia? Cynthia. Okay, so obviously I'm saying it wrong. I'm looking at it. Thank you, Stephen. I see that you're liking this. And by the way, Stephen's in the chat from Periscope. He did a great job. We were working on AI videos together. We were talking about it on the show, and then Stephen, within 2 hours, built this site. And so many people were on it, it actually crashed. But really good application to show what's possible going forward with AI and all of those things. But Stephen, I think you should enter the competition if you're thinking about it. Doing True Reply and then being able to hook up AI in the background for that platform that I'm going to continue to call Cynthia, but I don't know how to say it correctly. And then have them be able to do testimonials. Let me know what you're thinking. Either I'll do it, you'll do it. Let me know what you're thinking. But I think that would be an awesome use case. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, so briefly, what we're going to be talking about, if you're trying to get started with APIs, and this goes directly with True Reply and what you're going to be able to do. Let's talk about what we have, the API's complete beginner set right here. And what we have is the no-code API canvas. Now, this is actually, Colleen, we were talking about this earlier. She was talking about there should be a document that is closer to like the lean startup canvas, but to understand no code. And so I thought, you know what, that's a pretty good idea. A concept if you're trying to just get started with with APIs and understand the documentation to do this. Stephen, I think we might just have to have you do a video as you're reading through the API documentation, how you could be using it. Yeah. Rick is saying it looks awesome. Going to start using it right away. Yeah, Rick. And let me know, Rick, I'm not sure if you saw at the beginning, again, this competition, it's open up to all no coders. So again, if you're trying to do a voice application, we're going to be really doing it this weekend and talking about it. So let me show you the no code API canvas. This is a breakdown of what you can be doing to think about. Let me zoom in real quick. Your project. Let me zoom in. Zoom in. Okay. So the canvas includes breaking down your problem, who needs it, who needs your type of API or the type of connection that you're going to be building, who's it for. This breaks down right here what you need to do. And so if you want to see a copy of this, let me know. And before you're starting, write down the answer to the following questions. What is my intention? What do I want to accomplish? What do you want to happen? Write it out like a workflow or a short story of what you will be able to accomplish using the API documentation. For example, if you can use the eBay API documentation to find X easily, I would like to use that information and display it on Y, right? So this allows you to break down what you're trying to do with APIs. And even before you touch the first document, to already be able to breathe, understand how you're going to be using this powerful resource to make an impact for your business. Again, if you're able to do that, think about all of the things that you could be plugging into TrueReply. Think about that. Think about all the different things you could be. You already saw the thing that we created with TrueReply 2 weeks ago, but we had our 10-day clarity program that we have written. We now have that as a voice experience. So that's totally different. People can now understand and take their business to a whole nother way without just reading a document. Now they're getting reminders daily using a voice experience. And think about all of the things you could also be plugging in as an API to gather information and then pull that information and put it somewhere else if you understand how to use the power of APIs. It's just a side point. I'm going to drop it in the chat too. Rick, if you want to see this, let me know what you're thinking. Also, too, some people are making donations for this document. So if you think this document is good and you would like to support it, because we have no coders, including Steven, working on this as well, let me know. But this is for APIs for complete beginners. And again, we're going to be adding more and more data to this as well. So what we have here is no-code API canvas. We have the API documentation and projects for beginners, the APIs for beginners, key concepts and terms, and then how to use APIs. It's a curated search engine. It's just the beginning. We're just getting started, but it's showing you step by step how you can be using APIs into your platform and all these things. So probably this weekend we'll be making a video how you can be using APIs in TrueReply as well. So stay tuned. So this search engine right here, it allows you to have details like how to connect an API in Integromat, how to get to the Google Developer Console. The reason I put that, that's actually hard to do. Okay, how many times have you been trying to look into the Google Console, Developer Console, to start building out your APIs? It might just be me, but I was struggling. So that's why we have this on this document as well. We have all of these different things, resources for you to get started and really make an impact on whatever project or whatever you're trying to do. And again, the reason we're bringing up APIs, hey, Anil, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for being in the chat. Hold on one second. Do this. Thank you so much. By the way, I got my new sound effects because I was on Zoom the other day. So we've got all different ones. And we actually have 2 new members, I forgot to say. Welcome to Build With Me. Melody, thank you so much for joining the Build It community. if you're on YouTube, there's actually a link now down below. You can be joining part of the Build a community. So you can ask questions. You get exclusive content, other search engines as we're building. So we have all of those things, again, with the Build a community that just opened. So thank you so much for joining as well. So thank you for the support. Anyway, so as we're going through the API for complete. Oh, John's here? Let's see. John saying, what's up, Doc? It's my first time catching you live. I've seen plenty of your other videos, but not live. Listen, John, thank you for being here as well. We got some people coming out of the woodworks today. Hold on a second. John coming all the way over here. Thank you so much for supporting the show. If you have any questions, whatever you're doing, Anil, John, Steven, we got people from all different, we're on 7 different platforms. If you have any questions, just put it in the chat wherever you're watching this from, and we'll make sure that we answer them. So thank you so much for the support, and thanks for being here live today. So again, our API for complete beginners, we broke it up into 4 different sections, but we're going to be adding a lot more as well, a lot more. So it's really going to be based on what you, the audience, need help with. Let me know. We got Blycode. We got all kinds of people in this place today. My goodness, coming out of the woodworks. Hold on a second. Am I saying that right? Blycode. I'm sorry if I'm jacking it up, but thank you so much for being here as well. Really do appreciate you being here in the chat. So if you're having questions about APIs or you're building this up, man, we got people from Russia in here. We got, how good am I with this? I'm pretty bad in my Russian, but Zdravstvuyte or Privyet. That's all I got. I'm sorry. No, it's 1 a.m. here in India. It's too late. Yeah, you got to go to bed, man. Man, it's 1 a.m. You're doing too much. But thank you for hanging out here. Rick is saying, did you include Adalo's internal tool for adding APIs? It's so easy. No, I did not. I will add that for sure. What we've been doing a lot with Airtable. Yeah, no, catch up in the morning. Thank you so much for being here real quick, but go to bed. But yeah, check on this. Let me know what you're thinking. Ask any questions when you wake up. Thanks, man. Listen, my Russian is spotty, but thank you very much. Oh, I got one more, and that's all I've got. Я немного понимаю по-русски, and that's about it. Let's see. So Rick is saying, let's see about this. Did you include Adalo's internal tool for adding APIs? No. So let's take a look at this. Let's go on to Adalo. I might add that into the how to use the API section right here. So that's a really good idea. Is it a documentation, Rick, or you're just saying some of the components in Adalo to add APIs? Also, too, we're going to be doing something with backendless as well. So keep that in mind. Let's take a look in Adalo. We've been in Airtable a lot recently, and I've been looking at Twitch extensions. But let's take a look. Let's go in. Just log in real quick into my account. And let me pull up the content around Adalo as well. Let's see. Now, keep in mind too, if I'm doing this, and if some people are saying, well, I'm using Airtable, I'm using Adalo, you're talking about like voice, why are you trying to do all of these? They have documentation and videos. Okay, I'm going to have to add that, Rick. If you're saying it's good, I'll use it. Okay. I'll take a look. I'll add that to the list. I'll add Adalo and the documentation on that right now. I'll look at it a little bit later. See. And if anyone wants me to drop the link again for this API search document, let me know. Adalo APIs. I'm just going to add this, and then I'll look for the documents, and then I'll add it and go from there. Adalo. Adalo. And Rick, how are you using the Dalo API? What are you doing? No worries. This is why we're on the show. This is why we're on the show. Add details. Listen, I always tell people, yes, this competition and why we're talking about True Reply, I have no problems talking about other platforms because there's benefits, pros and cons of every platform or what you're trying to experience. The reason I was going into Adalo too, because what I've noticed is, so I have one person that is working on an extensive app that they're doing in Adalo, and it's for health and wellness and doing those things. But that same exact experience that he's doing on Adalo, it's very easy to do in True Reply and to be doing it even without worrying about the UI UX components, because voice, all you're worrying about is the voice experience. So if you can be using a lot of different concepts, a lot of different types of applications that you're trying to build in Adalo or any other platform, and you can easily move it into a voice experience with True Reply for sure. So I'm going to go through True Reply and a couple different case studies and who would use it, and yeah, go from there. So number one, agencies can really use it, especially if they have different clients and they're trying to think about different ways to add packaging for their clients, and not only for their clients, but different avenues for marketing for their clients. True Reply and especially voice experiences, and Jose was talking about this, it's not just about the transaction and making sales, but having that top of mind feeling of making sure that people remember your brand, your helpfulness, all of those things. So if you're an agency owner, you can definitely offer this for your clients and make sure that this is a possible thing for them to take advantage of to level up. For example, we're going to go one example with True Reply or voice experience in general, but you can definitely do this with True Reply. If you think about L'Oreal, or you're thinking about a company where they're worried about, they're selling products where they're teaching you something, either dyeing your hair, painting your nails, doing any activity, you can actually have a voice experience. And think about the times where you're trying to read the instructions and do something. If you have a voice experience, that actually takes away the work of trying to juggle two different things. So think about outside the box what you can be doing with voice. So let me know if you're an agency owner, what you have been using no code for, and then we can talk about voice experiences as well. Rick is talking about, I added an Airtable backend list just so I'm comfortable using them all. I'm also beta testing their external user authentication. So you're kind of testing out all these different platforms just to see which one's a good fit, which one you can do. I think even having in your repertoire doing something with voice, Rick, I would thinking about doing this hackathon as well. Oh, also, someone's asking, well, what if I'm getting this question, what if I'm not an agency owner? I'm just a technician and trying to be a developer. Okay, really good question. If you're thinking about doing this competition, or should I do this? I don't have a business. If you're starting to have a project and really position yourself in voice, that is a clear skill to stand out in your audience, in wherever you're trying to get a job. If you're creating a voice experience from scratch and you're showing, this is what I can do. Think about if you walked into a meeting and you're saying, hey, I build out voice experiences using Alexa and Google Assist, and you say, hey, we can test it out right here, and you're showing your work in person, or when someone's interviewing you and you're seeing your work, it's not just on the page. You're showing practical application of what you can accomplish, especially with this groundbreaking technology using voice experiences. Only a couple of years ago, if anyone's been trying to do voice experiences, even the last 4 or 5 years ago, it was really cumbersome to get started to use Amazon Alexa, what you need to do, the inputs. True Reply does all of that for you. And so as you're building the experience, now you're just dealing with the dashboard, and you're making sure that you're monitoring the experience, you're collecting the right kind of data that you're looking for in all of those things. True Reply is going to make it so much easier. So again, like if you're just even thinking about how could I use this, I've got this idea, maybe I'll do the hackathon, hit me up, let me know, because that's what we're going to be doing all weekend. Oh, So if some of you missed it, some people are asking, like, why is this called Doc versus the World? That's because we have an interesting wrinkle in this competition. It's not just, having the invitational and having 7 people compete. This is a 72-hour competition, so it's 3 days. But after 24 hours, if I see people not moving very fast, or I think I have an idea how to beat the competition, I will enter the competition 24 hours later. So I will enter and I'll only have 2 days to build. So it's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to see me live streaming and building out all these different things. But again, what they're offering, it's 2 years of this platform at an agency level. Let me see what I could do if I had an agency level package, what I could do with my business. And I'm just going to walk you through exactly what I would do. Not only would I go to try to win the competition, then I would go on indie projects. What is that called? Indie projects? What is that called? I remember it used to be called 1K projects. I'd go on Indie Maker and then sell the business. Because this is a way to make money. Let me just break down what I would do with the agency and why I think people should enter. Okay, so the agency reseller, what do they have? Okay, let's look at, they have all the advanced features of startups. Okay, so 1,500 engagements per app. That's awesome. Real-time dashboard, insights reporting, single user access. Okay. I have that. Voice applications for Amazon Alexa, real-time engagement data access, Real Rev AI. Let's see what that is. That's a real-time response and validation engine. Ensures data and manages engagement for branching. Can you split the agency account? That's a really good question. Tell me more about that. Tell me more what you're thinking about that. John, are you saying, say for instance, if you have 2 different agencies? Or if you're like 2 agents, like split it? Is that what you mean, John? Let me know. Because I have 5 total user seats. So tell me more and I could tell you. Or I'll ask Jose. 5 included voice applications, 15,000 engagements per app. Okay. Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. So we have that. Full reseller support, co-branding in UI and dashboard. Co-branding. So then I can make it, again, look custom for my business. Live operator routing. Okay, what we got here? Enable participant real-time routing to a live operator via telephone voice apps. Okay, hello. So I can be doing something with, I could even set up what could I set up? I could even set up another agency to take the calls or reroute. There's so many different things. Okay, so we have that. That's a lot of different benefits right there. Also, too, I get, I believe at this level I can use the API as well. Good times. Okay. See what else we got. So I want to talk about a couple different use cases. Consumer market research. I want to talk about healthcare. This is when Jose was talking about this. Oh, like if we collaborate jointly on the hackathon. Although I have a full up weekend, but would love to contribute ideas and help. Ooh, John, that's a good idea. Let me see if that's possible. John, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out about that. Really good. John, email me about that real quick. I hadn't thought about a team up. Possibly. Let me see. It depends on who enters, but I why not? I'm going to drop my link right there. Yeah, reply. John, I'm just dropping my email. If you could just email me so I know it's you. And then I'll make sure when the competition, I'll find out more tomorrow. That's an awesome question. So what I like about this one's talking about healthcare. What I thought was really interesting, this was happening especially ones with like what's going on with COVID and, nurses not being able to enter certain rooms or being able to check on their patients when they're back at home and all of those things. Well, thanks, John. That's awesome, man. Thanks so much for the support. And I think that's going to be awesome. I'm sure people would love that, would love the help and all those things. Thanks so much, John. So this one was talking about, think about the voice experiences where you could check on your patient, and even from their assisted device or their phone, they can let you know how they're feeling. And now you can aggregate that data and understand what's going on with your patients. If they're saying they're at a certain level, if their O2 stats are a certain level, something's happening, you can already let the nurses know. There's so many different applications using voice in different business styles. It's incredible. So there's healthcare. There's another one I heard. Someone was trying to learn another language or help others learn another language, and they need the feedback loop. Uh, Jose was talking about his wife actually, I believe, is either a speech therapist or is in that profession, and how having feedback from a voice experience, you can help ones if they're trying to learn a certain language, if you're trying to have them practice different vocabulary or sentence structure, you can be doing that with a voice experience as well. So I would really focus on what are you trying to do with your users? How can you help them? I think this is a huge way. Like, even if I'm thinking about the route of being a speech pathologist or trying to help my students, think about how you could scale up your business if you had something like voice experiences, where you can be checking in, making sure that they're doing their exercises, having them record messages for you to have feedback and get back to them when you're having one-on-one time or group training. And all they're doing is, again, having a voice experience, and now you're being able to really scale yourself up without burning yourself out. There's so many different ways to do this thing. Okay, so I said healthcare, workforce recruiting. Okay, all right. Let's take a look at this. Oh, James, that's perfect. That was not planned. Yeah, James. Like, I think this is one of the things that, I mean, if you're using something like this could really help. So you would love Jose, and he gave an experience last time he was on the show. His wife, this was one of the use cases. So if you're looking to scale out your practice or scale out what you're doing, I mean, this is another huge opportunity to do this. And there's just, if you have a very specific question, James, or things like that, huge. There's so many opportunities with this. Let's take a look at recruiting. So they're talking about using it for a hiring manager, for job postings. How could they use this? Okay. Saves recruiter time by automating pre-screening process, reducing calls and callbacks, as well as the time to manually pre-screen. So you could have this just as a voice experience that way. Cost effective, saves the recruiting company money by allowing them to process more applicants quickly and effectively. Efficient, saves the hiring company time and money by focusing interview efforts on qualified candidates. And you could just obviously just have them have them answer questions. It will already, based on their responses, you can have it be sent to your dashboard or populate a database so you know who you should call and all of those things. John says, if you can also pull in Apple Health or, telemetry and aggregate the data to understand better your patient's status. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I wonder, I mean, if it has an API and they're allowed to be able to hook it up. But that's awesome. I like that idea a lot, John. And thank you for sending me that email. Yeah, we'll definitely talk. After I'm done with the stream, I'll definitely check my email. So thank you very much. Yeah, there's so many applications with voice. So again, I'm excited about this weekend. I'm excited what's going to happen. James, I would probably enter as well. Are you on Twitter? Are we talking on Twitter? I think that's where we're at. But enter. I mean, why not? Especially if you're already thinking about your idea. There's another one. I had another one of our clients and or students, depending on how you look at it. But basically, they were talking about how they were helping others learn from watching movies. You could easily have them watch a movie, practice a very specific sentence structure or whatever, and then have them have a voice experience, send you their practice sessions. And then you could always make sure that they're doing it correctly. And based on the feedback, you could give them feedback, send it back, or again, be more prepared for them to have a system to practice their languages or the pronunciation all there. Okay. So a lot of different things right there. Oh, also it integrates with Zapier. So if you're doing a lot of different things, again, that opens up a whole other world if you're trying to do something. So I'm just really excited. Now, what I was saying at the beginning, or somewhere in this conversation, I was talking about if I was using TrueReply and I had an agency, I would have a very niche agency probably, and showing a very specific use case, get a few clients. I'd probably get maybe like 10 to 15, validate it, get them on a retainer or a contract for 6 months so we'd have that runway. And then easily I could go to indiemaker.co and already have that business already set up and ready to go and sell it. I could do all of those things just by making sure I already had a runway and having a fully operating business, and then I can go there for Flippa or go to, again, indiemaker.co and then try to do that. That's what I do, man. So I just see a lot of potential with voice. Now, a lot of times people are asking, well, what's the difference with other platforms? Again, I would probably just look at the features and look at what you're doing. But also, too, with TrueReply, I like it because of the dashboard and I can understand it very clearly. And to me, I can build out the stories a lot quicker or understand what I want to do with that. Yeah, really good question. So let me know what you're thinking. Again, we're going to be starting this competition this weekend, so I'm really excited. I'm going to be dropping in the chat a couple different things. I'm going to be dropping in the chat the API for complete beginners. Let me know. Again, some people are donating, but I just wanted to, for people that it would be useful for, I'm just dropping in the chat. Let me know. I'd love feedback, what you would like added to it. Let me drop it. Dropping it in different channels right now. Right here, putting that in Twitch. Let me put it on into YouTube. Also too, Steven, for just crushing it, doing it with AI videos. Let me drop that in the different channels as well. Did a crazy job on that. Crazy job. Let me drop that. Let me do this. And then if anyone wants to watch the competition and see the hackathon unfold over the weekend, I have this new platform called Guestboard. I'm really liking it. It's almost like it's like a community, a short-term community. So you can add things to the message board, all of those things. Oh yeah, Steven. Steven is crushing it. If you need to see him, by the way, there's a whole other video that's going to be coming out talking about his virtual ghostwriting. Steven, I haven't even told you about this. It was crazy what the virtual ghostwriting said to me after I was doing it. So there's a video talking about the power of AI. But again, using, GPT-3 and being able to do that, I think using different things like Cynthia or others and being able to have that available for TrueReply, I think it's going to be a game changer. I really do. So there's going to be a link down below. That's the to join. So you can watch the build-a-thon this weekend as we're building out the voice experience. But as well, check out AI videos because we might be doing something like that with TrueReply. Keep that in mind. Hint, hint. And then also too, Steven's the man if you need to do anything with Bubble. I am competent enough to know my limitations and I need to talk to an expert. So if you need help with that, make sure you hit up Steven. Doing a lot of crazy stuff with APIs and everything like that. And Virtual Ghostwriter, that allows you to have an experience where it allows you to complete a thought. So say, for instance, I know what I want to write about, but I don't have the time, or I'm trying to work on SEO and I need to build out a lot of articles. I can be doing that with Virtual Ghostwriter. Also, I can ask it a question. It will give me answers or summarize different content that I'm reading. So if I have a huge article that I just read, I'm trying to summarize it for my audience, guess what? Virtual Ghostwriter does that as well. So again, I'm bringing Steven up because he's the man with everything coming out with APIs and AI things. But hopefully I can get some guidance, or I've got an idea for this competition for True Reply in AI. So just keep that in mind as well. So check those things out. Um, Let me know if this is helpful. If anyone has questions or anything like that, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be streaming a lot. I'll be streaming all this weekend, and also too, I might just have to create another channel because I'm gonna do a challenge where I'm going to be streaming for 31 days straight, and I'm just gonna be building every night like I did last year. So some of the notifications, some people yell at this main channel, so we might break out and make another channel. So we'll make sure you get all the links to that as well. But let me know if you have any questions about APIs, about True Reply, about the competition this weekend. There's going to be a shorter video that gets released later today that gives you all the details, how to get started, what's going to happen, all of those things. So keep that in mind as well. If you have any questions, let me know. We got a couple minutes. Also, too, if you're on the mailing list, guess what? An email just went out as well. So let me know. I'm going to just ramble on just a little bit more and tell you what I'm working on. And then we'll call it. So again, this is the platform that I'm using for the competition. What I like about it is you have a board right here. So, welcome. But I have a whole chat feature. It reminds me a lot like Slack. So I'm really a fan. Yeah. No, James, if you sent me an email, I got you. I got you, man. Yeah, not a problem. This is good. Okay, I just saw your email came through. So awesome. We'll talk about this and I'll respond. Also, too, what I like about Guestboard, I have the chat right here. I can have the schedule, so you're going to be seeing what's happening with the competition. And then also, too, I can add a checklist, and I can integrate the video chat right here from YouTube that I'm going to have, and you can have this right here. Really sleek. I'm really liking this platform. And it's a little bit better than if I'm just using, what is that, Eventbrite or Facebook event. I can control the experience here, and I'll have my data, and I don't have to be on those platforms. So I think it's like the best of both worlds. So I'm really liking this. Max from 100 Days of No Code, he might be using this coming up. He said he's letting me test the waters first, and he might use this for his other competitions coming up. So let me know. Okay, so this has been awesome, guys. I'm really excited. I'm going to be streaming on Friday as well. So a lot of good stuff going on for this competition. Again, it's going to be a 72-hour hackathon. You're going to be seeing me stream. Hopefully, again, put in your ideas. Email me. Again, I'm going to put in my email one more time. And James, I got you. And also to John, thank you so much. I'm going to email you back as well. Let me put this in. I'm putting this in right here. Rick, let me know if you're interested as well. Oh, you know what? Look at this. That's a problem when you're having trouble spelling your own name. Okay, cool. Good times. All right, so I'm going to be doing that. If you're watching on Periscope or on DLive or anything like that, remember, there's going to be another link. I'm going to be streaming on a couple different other platforms. And again, YouTube, we're going to be on this main channel, but also we're going to be building out another channel coming up just for all the live stream content and all this stuff. So stay tuned on that. All right, let me back up right here. Okay, so everyone, thank you so much for the time. It was awesome. Thank you for being here. You're going to get more information, what's happening. Thank you so much for your interest. Can't wait to see what you're building. And again, this is the first Doc versus the World competition. Thank you so much for all of your support. If you have any questions in the comment section down below, message me or on Twitter _Doc Williams. I'm always there, and I will be talking to all of you soon. Take care. Have a great day.